Over the past couple weeks, I've been using all the stock plugins that FL Studio has, and in this video, we're going to be making a beat from scratch using my favorite ones. So let's get right into it. My first favorite plugin is probably going to catch you by surprise, but it's actually FL Keys. I think FL Keys has a pretty solid flat tone. I've definitely heard a lot worse sounding pianos. And honestly, if you just throw a little bit of reverb on it and just add a couple effects, you can really make this sound pretty solid for just a stock plugin. But for this video, I'm actually going to be using it just to build the melody, because I like to build a melody starting with a flat piano. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So the only thing I really do to it is just turn up the sensitivity, because for some reason it's always very quiet. So if you just turn up the sensitivity, you'll be able to hear it real clear. I want to make a dark sounding synth beat, so we're gonna slow this down actually to 120, do 124. And for the key, we'll put it at F minor. Just do something like that, or repeat that one. We'll leave the melody real simple because I'm going to switch this out to a synth. Now I like having too many elements. Alright, so now that we have just a real simple melody laid out, we're going to go and switch this out. So my second favorite stock plugin is going to be GMS. I think GMS is one of the best stock plugins for like dark sounding pads and textures and stuff like that. So we'll see what they got right here. See, just that first one already sounds pretty dark. Let's try pitching this up. Yeah, it's fire. Let's export that out. All right, and then my third favorite plugin, and this is in no order either. I'm just kind of doing this because I'm kind of just going along, like making the beat, but it's going to be Citrus. I think Citrus is probably, honestly, top two. It just has such a big library. Like if you look at all the sounds it has, strings, which we'll actually use one of these right now, but look at that, just huge library. Let's use this one right here, and this is in the string section right here, so it's called Format 3. See how this sounds pitched down. That sounds dark. All right, let's export this one out too. And honestly, a lot of these plugins are really good, but I mean, we're talking about just my favorite here. All right, and the last one we'll put on this list is going to be Toxic Biohazard. I think this plugin has a lot of like dark sounding elements, which I like to use. So this is obviously my personal preference, but I think most of the stock plugins on FL Studio are great. There's only a couple that are kind of weak, you know, but I think most of them are honestly pretty usable. And it's just about flipping your samples and doing more with it than just using the actual sound itself. But for the purpose of this video, obviously I'm just giving you like the ones that I think have the best sound. But yeah, let's see what this got. So I think I'm gonna go with some type of texture for this last sound. So let's mute just one of the background sounds. Ooh, I like this one right here, but let's rebuild this melody. All right, let's go with another one. This is kind of not. Okay, I like this right here. So this is called Band Passer, and it's inside the lead section. Delete this and rebuild it. Alright, let's go with that. Just something like eerie. Just trying to have fun with it, to be honest. Alright, and now that we have all the sounds, we're gonna mix it all together. Alright, so let's start off with the first sound, which was a pad, I believe. Let's start off with pitching this down first. See what it sounds like. Alright, we'll go with that. That's So we were at F, so that brings it down to D sharp minor. All right, so first thing we'll do is add an EQ. See where it's at. This is pretty good right here. I kind of want it filling just like this lower mid-range. So I don't think there's too much I'll really do to this. I'll just leave it like that. We'll just turn it down a bit. All right, we'll bring in that string now. I think I want this one to be a little more in the background. I'm kind of just filling out the melody, not overtaking everything. So we'll cut down a lot of that mid-range. Then we'll add a couple effects to this. So let's see what Flangus can do. That's pretty solid. I want to add a little bit of distortion too. Let's turn this down. Yeah, just make it real grimy. And then we'll bring it down. Have it sit in the background. Alright, and then we're going to bring in the lead now. And when I exported it, it came out like sounding kind of different in certain sections. So we're going to cut it up. See how it switched up right there? I don't like that variation. I think this part came out good. Yeah, that part was pretty good, so we'll cut that section up and then we'll just loop that. That also reminds me, if you get that clicking noise, you can just go right here and just click on transient and it'll get rid of that clicking noise you get sometimes when you export stuff. Alright, let's see. Yeah, and it's already pretty solid. You see how it fills up most of that high range? We're just gonna cut off a little bit of it so it's not too sharp. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think on this one we'll just add a little bit of delay, just to add a little bit of some ear candy to the sound. I'll do a slower one. Slow this down. Yeah, just a little subtle amount like that. Maybe turn this up a bit. I think on this one we'll add a little bit of distortion too. And then we'll pan it. Pan it a little bit to the left. Just so everything's not too centered. Alright, let's move on to the drums. So we're going to be using my Bankroll drum kit. The link will be in the description. Start off with the hi-hat. Like this one. We'll go with the stepper. Turn this up. Since this is going to be a dark beat, I want to go with the spins. Can't ever go wrong with that. Let's boost this 808 real quick. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Not too much with the balance of it, but just enough. Alright, let's go back to the hi-hat and add a couple rolls. Let's add a little more ear candy. I think just right there in the beginning. Alright, so I purposely didn't flip the sample too much because I wanted to show you that FL Studio has a lot of good sounds in their stock VSTs. So if you found this video helpful, make sure you drop a like. And all the drum sounds in this video are from my bankroll drum kit. The link will be in the description. If you made it this far in the video, you're a real one. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.